Okay, now I'm
Alright,
recording. I didn't catch any of that.
Baby. We're back, baby!
We're back, baby!
First episode of 2026!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back
Actually,
to Horsin Around.
Actually, 2012 now.
Yeah, we're
It
in
we're
in the show.
we're in January of 2012. Yeah. So it's been over a year, I think, of the show now.
Yes.
When did the show start?
No,
Well, it started in 2010, so
it started in like October of 2010.
Late 2010. So yeah, we're like a year and a half into this bad boy out of the 9 years of human history that this show encapsulates. Anyway, introductions.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cypress or Pearl, your host. This is my lovely co-host V.
Hello. Today's best pony is nobody.
I would say it's Applejack.
Okay. It's Applejack, but like, okay, it's Applejack in like Super Speedy Spider Squeezy 6000, but that's not Applejack in the last roundup where she acts like an insane person. She it cancels it out. I didn't remember that those two episodes were back to back. Arguably Applejack's worst moment, bookended by her best. Fucking crazy.
Oh, it's been a little.
It's not Big Pie, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's been a little over a month. I hope you had a lovely vacation.
I did. Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, it's been a while for us. We had our Christmas special, and then we took some time off, and now here we're back.
We're back.
We're, in a weird way, we're almost in date with the show now.
We are, like, we literally went from January 11th, 2012 to January 28th, 2012.
Yeah. So we're like right in the middle of it in real time. Of course, obviously the next time we do this will be in February. In the show, which won't be like, this is like a one-time thing for us that just happened to happen. Unless we if we just start doing these like every 3 weeks, something like that, or that wouldn't be right though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got My Little Pony Season 2, My Little Pony Friendship Magic Season 2, episodes 13, 14, and 15, which is Baby Cakes, The Last Roundup, and Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000. Not to be confused with Warhammer 40,000, which is a pretty similar sort of plot, I think.
Yeah.
That's what goes on in that episode. I don't actually have any new segments. I have one slight addition, which is just that I pulled up the IMDb ratings chart that I showed you the other day. And we're just gonna look at what the IMDb ratings are on these episodes and then be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Here's the spoiler for that. I'll just tell you them now, actually, because it's like not really relevant. Baby Cakes was rated 7 out of 10. Super Speedy Cider Squeezy, I know, right? Super Cider Squeezy 6000 was 7.7 out of 10. Last Roundup was 8.2 out of 10. What the fuck?
They're to predate this with Baby Cakes, it was considered at the time by the fandom the worst episode of season 2.
Yeah, this is not. These ratings are probably not in the moment, or they're at least over time. But in what world were people rating Last Roundup higher than Cider Squeezy 6000?
I have a lot of things to say, but we'll get to it.
I have a lot of things to say about the Last Roundup. Most of them are positive, actually.
Yeah.
But Cider Squeezy 6000 is like a bona fide classic, I thought.
Same here.
I thought it was. It's on the not on the lower end of the rail, but
it's definitely like top 10 of season 2.
Yeah, that was always the impression that I got. By the way, the top rated episodes of season 2 on the Internet Movie Database are The Return of Harmony Part 2 at a 9.0 and Canterlot Wedding Part 2 at 9.2. Which seems pretty fair, I think. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Season 2, episode 13, Baby Cakes.
I don't have anything. I don't have a fucking single thing to say about this episode. I have a few things to say.
Like I said, the fandom thought this was the worst episode of season 2, but it had the Spike episode to contend with.
Yeah, I don't think this episode is bad. I honestly don't. I think it's just fine. But it's not really like talkable about. I don't even remember this episode very well, like for the first time around.
Written
Right?
by
Like, I think everybody was just like, "Well, that was an episode.
yeah,
Who cares?"
written by Charlotte Fullerton.
Oh, that's right. Here's my first note. That nurse was a baddie.
There was a pretty hot nurse at the beginning of the episode.
she's a recurring character, I believe, or like
She
a
is.
recurring design at least.
Every time we go to the hospital, she's there because she works there.
Now, I'm just gonna open with what we're all sort of think. We're gonna address the elephant in the room right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Mr. Cake is a cuck.
Yeah. We begin with them looking at the newborn foals.
Yeah.
And the cakes, 2 Earth ponies, have birthed have a baby Pegasus and a baby unicorn.
And they, I don't think they needed to try to like explain that, right? Oh yeah, they're twins, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
They're like, how the fuck? They're like, how the fuck did you do that? And he's like, well, he explains it, right? He's like,
my great grandpa was a Pegasus.
Great grandfather was a Pegasus, and Mrs. Cake's cousin twice removed was a unicorn. And I could have bought that maybe, but then he like looks at the camera and he's like, that makes sense, right?
He's like he's like smiling nervously and sweating.
Come on! I think it was probably just an in-joke for the writers, but like, who cares? Or like, yeah, if they hadn't split, they would have been an aliquot if they hadn't split during Deception. It did lead to a very popular fandom opinion, that Mr. Cake is a cuck.
Mrs. Cake, I'm not gonna slut shame her at all. She's been around town. She deserves it.
You know what? It's fine. You know what? Maybe this is what they wanted. Maybe
he likes to sit in the chair.
He didn't want to. He doesn't owe them an explanation, right?
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't even know them. I don't even know why the fuck they were there.
Well, Pinky's there because she's a close family friend, and
why are the rest of them there?
Those are her friends, I guess.
I guess the implication of this episode does seem to be that the Cakes have a more personal relationship with the main 6 than we've been led to believe.
Yeah.
Because they go to all of them. They're skipping ahead a bit. There's a bit where they need a babysitter. That's the crux of the episode. And they only go to the main 6 and ask them. Who the fuck would ask Rainbow Dash to fucking...
Who the fuck thinks Rainbow Dash can be responsible for children?
They asked Rainbow Dash. They should have been like, you know what? Never mind, man. I don't... They asked Rarity, and she was like, fuck no.
I barely tolerate my own little sister.
She didn't even give an excuse. She just said, fuck no, get out.
Yeah.
Anyway. Pinky does live upstairs. Like, I understand why Pinkie Pie was there for the birth of their children, but I don't really understand why, like, Twilight Sparkle was there.
Because she's God's favorite little princess.
She never seen it before. She never seen babies before.
No, she's seen babies before.
She's never seen a baby before.
Okay. Well, one last thing. Either pony genetics are really complicated, or Mr. Cake got cucked. That's all I can say.
Okay. There is literally never an instance that we've seen on camera of ponies having a different race than their parents.
Yes, yeah, I know.
It never happens again. Ever.
I know.
So
I know.
And I know why it's like that's too complicated, right? But it's like, I guess the idea, like, if we're gonna take this at face value, it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it doesn't. I guess not in Ponyville.
Yeah, just don't think about it. I imagine if you have pony parents of 2 separate pony species, it could happen.
Unless one of them was an alicorn, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If one of them is an alicorn, the alicorn genes just override it like Saiyan genes.
They just win. Yeah. Because that's like god magic blood.
Yeah.
We also never see any pony couples of different races, I think.
We don't.
Which is not a conversation that we're actually gonna have here.
Yeah.
That's fine. Is that fine? No, it is fine. You know what? That's not true. Octavia and Vinyl Scratch are different races.
Octavia and Vinyl Scratch are different races. Applejack and Rarity are different races.
Applejack and Rarity are different races. Yeah, that's all canon, baby.
Yeah.
it's only gay people.
It's only the gay people who are gay. Fuck.
Fucking Jesus. Anyway,
we skip forward a month, and Pinky loves the babies. The babies love Pinky. Oh, by the way, the babies' names are Pound Cake and Pumpkin Cake.
that's really cute, isn't it?
It is. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, this is I think technically the longest time frame in any episode of My Little Pony because it's a month-long time skip.
I imagine there's other time skips, but yeah.
Probably, but not that long. I don't know. So far, it's probably the longest one.
And it's just, it's just y'all know what it is. It's raising babies. The episode raising kids is hard. It's time consuming. It's stressful.
So the cakes have to go out and do their job, and I guess they didn't hire a babysitter for that because I guess they're pretty. I mean, they're young. They're not young, actually.
Mrs. Cake is like a MILF. She's like 40.
She is like a MILF. Yeah, they waited a while to have kids. You know, they wanted to have a stable business first, so they could afford to raise kids. Which is intelligent, smart. They didn't plan on having fucking twins, probably. Anyway, so they need a babysitter. And Pinky's like, I'll do it. I love your kids. And they're like, no.
They do everything they can to not ask Pinkie Pie.
They go to Twilight Sparkle, or they go to Fluttershy first, which is smart.
Because they know she go ahead.
Okay, I understand why you would be tempted to think that, but we have on-screen proof that Fluttershy is not that good with kids.
I mean, the CM
Crusaders beat her ass.
They come to respect her later.
They come to respect her out of fear.
After almost dying, but you know.
Was she gonna use the stare on those babies?
I feel like she could.
She could have. So they go to Fluttershy and she's busy. They go to Twilight, who's also busy. Good second choice. They go to who do they go to after that? They go to Applejack after that. Good. Probably my first choice. Frankly. If I had to pick like a babysitter for my kids and the only available options were the main six, I would probably pick Applejack first.
Just because she's the one who knows how to take care of kids.
Yeah, was Granny Smith not available? Was she dead in this episode?
Yeah, every time Granny Smith is off screen, she dies, but she gets resurrected before she shows up.
Dead. She's just like, anytime Granny's not on screen, she's like sleeping. She's like in a chair, just like.
And she momentarily dies, and her heart starts back up again.
Granny, I told you to stop dying in there. Then they go to Rainbow Dash. Bad idea. She says fuck no. And then they go to Rarity last.
And she says no.
She says, fuck off. She says thanks for thinking of me. No. Though she didn't even like say I'm busy. She just said no. I don't.
Apparently, the cakes have no other friends in their lives.
I know, right? Like, there's no one else they could ask. Like, what about like Shirley? Do you guys not? Is there no daycare? No, I mean these are the only children in town.
Yeah.
Like of that, like the only newborns in town because the birth rate at Equestria is frighteningly low. Yeah. So then they have to settle on Pinky. Who's been begging them the whole time to do it because they clearly don't trust their employee to handle any amount of responsibility, which is funny.
I mean, listen, they hire her to bake and to run the cash register, and they've seen what she does when she does that.
They've seen what they do when they leave her alone. Yeah, she's fucked that kitchen more times than they can count. So they begrudgingly allow Pinkie Pie to care for the lives of their newborn children.
And for the next 20 minutes, we find out Pinkie Pie isn't ready for kids yet.
Nope. It's a good lesson to learn. You gotta learn at some point in your life. It's all hijinks, pretty much, for the majority of the episode.
Literally.
Pinkie Pie has a hard time getting the kids to settle down. They do a bunch of like Looney Tunes gimmicks. It's not really like... It's funny. Like, I'm not saying it's like not funny or whatever, but it's like, what are we supposed to like? How am I supposed to talk about that? I'm not just gonna describe the antics, right? They do a bunch of bits.
There's a bunch of goofy bits that happen.
There's a bunch of goofy bits that happen, which are entertaining. And Pinkie Pie gets so overwhelmed she starts crying.
Pinkie Pie literally burst into tears, and I felt bad.
She bursts into tears, and then the babies feel bad. She got through to the babies who are intelligent. And he burst into tears, and then the babies feel bad for her, and then they decide to behave for the rest of the time.
There's in the middle episode there is a brief Twilight moment. Twilight thinks about Pinkie Pie and goes, I should help her.
Oh yeah. Twilight comes in about halfway through, and Pinkie's like, "Thank God you're here."
And then Twilight accidentally insults her.
Yeah, and then Twilight accidentally insults her because Pinkie Pie is neurotic, and she makes a comment about it being a lot of responsibility. And she's like, "What do you mean by that?" She's like, "Huh?" You know, like, cause it's two babies, like it's kind of difficult. She's like, "Fuck you, I can do it.
I can take care of these babies.
I can take care of these babies all by myself, bitch. Get the fuck out of my house." And she kicks Twilight out. And as soon as she kicks Twilight out, she's like, "Why did I do that?
Why did I do that? Why did I yell at my wife?"
she's like, how the fuck? She's like, how dare Twilight insinuate that I can't handle this by myself? Probably because I can't handle this by myself.
Why did I yell at my wife? Oh no.
Why did I? She's like already gone, you know. And then anyway, then she cries and the babies behave and she cleans the whole house and the cakes come back. And they're like, "Holy shit, Pinkie, we didn't believe in you. We thought our kids were gonna die today, but you did it. How would you like to be our full-time babysitter?" She's like, "Fuck no." She's like, "Hell no." And then the babies like say her name and she's like, all right,
the kids like me now.
And then Pound Cake and Pumpkin Cake are generally not in any more episodes after this.
Hey, how come did they frame it like a fucking horror movie at the end of the episode?
It's funny.
There is a moment where the babies are like disappearing and reappearing, and fucking horror music starts playing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a good fucking joke. Biggie's just like completely lost it.
Like the Pegasus is crawling on the walls, and the unicorn is like vanishing and reappearing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good joke. It's a really good bit. Piggy's just completely lost her fucking mind on this one.
Yeah.
Good episode. You know what? It's an alright episode.
Again, I in hindsight, like, this is a retrospective. I don't think this is the worst episode of season 2.
Absolutely not. It's not even bad. It's not even bad. Like, it's not even like the second worst episode of the show.
Do you think also the reason the fandom hated it so much was because it was just baby related?
Just bits. Yeah, maybe. Probably. I don't know why people reacted so poorly to it. Maybe it was just like where it happened to be. People had a very fucking fish brain about episodes of the show. So there'd be like one good episode, and then there'd be an episode that was like not as good as that episode or not as like dense, and they'd be like, "This sucks. This is dog shit." Because Baby Cakes came right after Family Appreciation Day, which is like has like a lot of like lore and like stuff in it. And so maybe people were like, "Well, this episode wasn't as good as the last episode, which means it's dog shit."
Yeah, I can't imagine that's why.
Probably.
We have to remember most of the fandom were illiterate teenagers.
Yeah, people. If you didn't like Pinkie Pie, also this would not be a good episode for you because she's the only character in the episode.
Yeah,
it's just a Pinkie monologue for most of the things. So if you were like not, if you're not digging Pinkie Pie, you're not gonna like this episode. So maybe that's why.
And yeah, you're right. The babies, the twins, they never get an episode ever again.
They show up. Sometimes. But they don't there's never another episode about them, or they don't really play any role in anything. They don't grow up ever either, I think.
Look forward to the other baby episode coming in season 5 and season 6.
With Flurry Heart?
Yes.
Oh man. No, I'm good. I had enough Flurry Heart in the special we watched. That's as much Flurry Heart as I've ever
fucking Christmas special.
Yeah, when she's on screen for like 2 seconds. Yeah, that was enough for me.
Oh.
That was more than enough for me. Um, okay, quick aside before we move on from this episode, some critical reception. Sherilyn Connolly, author of Ponyville Confidential, which I bought a copy of recently. I have not had an opportunity to watch yet, or to read yet. Gave the episode a B. And I don't necessarily know if I agree with her though. She described the episode as, quote, essentially a horror story. Not really true. It noted its use of horror homage elements. It's more of a comedy, Sherilyn, than anything else. It's just it uses horror tropes for humorous effect.
Yes.
It's supposed to be funny. She also wrote that it is, quote, the show's first downer ending. Not sure where you're getting that from, Sherilyn. The episode ended pretty positively, I thought.
Like, the babies like her.
Like, the babies love her. They literally love her. Like, they said her, like our first words was saying her name. She cried, and then the babies essentially apologized to her, and everything was fine. What's the downer here?
I don't know.
Raymond Gallant of Freaking Awesome News gave the episode an 8.5 out of 10. He called it an excellent episode and a quality season. Praised the slapstick humor and the adorableness of the babies. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody else wrote that the babies are annoying. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Author Jen Blue, who is the person who writes those really long-winded and weirdly political reviews of these programs, whose opinion I almost never agree with, wrote that the episode was, quote, very entertaining, and described it as, again, quote, a terrifying warning against unpreparedly accepting responsibility for children. Sure. I'll agree with that. And then she went on... Okay, she went on to say something that doesn't make sense here. She claims that this episode references past episodes in a, quote, transformative manner, and described this as a postmodern technique of hybridization.
What?
First of all, just stop saying shit like that. Second of all, this episode doesn't reference other episodes, right?
What does that mean?
What references to prior episodes are in this episode that I'm not thinking about? There are none, right?
There are none.
There are no references to prior episodes in this, unless you're. I don't
Rainbow
know.
Dash
I don't know what the hell you're
Wonderbolts?
talking about. Like, is it just like that the characters are like, is that it? Is it like when Twilight Sparkle is like, I have to write a report about all my other reports, and Rainbow Dash referencing that she likes the Wonderbolts?
That's the only thing I can think
Those
of.
aren't references to other episodes. Those are called character. That's just what they're.
That's just
what are you fucking talking about?
That's what they do in their lives.
One last thing from this review. Author Jen Blue identified Pinky's crying at the end of the episode as somewhat problematic, as it potentially reinforces the stereotype that women use tears manipulatively. They're babies, Jen.
What? What?
They're babies, Jen. She wasn't emotionally manipulating them. She was crying because she was overwhelmed, woman. Jesus Christ.
Pinky legitimately had a breakdown.
What the hell is wrong with you? I keep reading this person's reviews because I hate them so much. Eventually I'm gonna stop, but like, Jen Blue, I'm calling you out. Your shit is so, like, you are so self-obsessed with your own intelligence that you're writing about how Twilight Sparkle making a reference to the fact that she writes reports for Princess Celestia is a postmodern technique of hybridization. No, it's fucking not. Jen, it's just what Twilight does. That's just her character. It's not a postmodern hybridization technique, you fucking nut. Just because you have a degree in literary fucking critique doesn't mean you have to use it on Twilight Sparkle's fucking habits. Get a clue. Anyway, like, I'm all for intelligent discussion, but then there's a difference between intelligent discussion and just sounding like a fucking prick when you're talking about a show for 8-year-olds.
It's funny when you think about it.
You sound like a prick, Jen. Anyway. That's the episode, I think.
I have no notes, nothing left to say about this episode because it was such a nothing episode.
Okay. Give me a minute.
No
Here,
worries.
I have to run downstairs and get a package before it freezes
Okay.
outside, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, chat, I'm gonna get water while V's away. Okay, I'm back. Baby Cakes was fine. It was... What it illuminated was that raising babies is hard. Raising pony babies is harder because they're all freaks. They can just perform feats of, like, magical power that can ruin your life. Oh. Which is, like, maybe interesting for world building reasons, because it's like unicorn babies show off, like, potential for incredible magical power, but then it, like, settles down as they age, and some of them don't keep that potency. Yeah, they do. They always do that. They always do this shit.
Yeah, you know what? They did say in the beginning of the episode, like, the two unicorns were like, hey, man, you know, baby unicorns will sometimes just blow up.
Yeah, it's like unicorns, when they're born, have, like, untapped magical potential, and I guess as they age, they either keep that potential or lose it.
Yeah. Like, sometimes they'll just have crazy-ass magic surges. Alright, let's move on.
That's the one bit of important world building we can get from this episode.
Oh, and the genetics thing, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
Oh. Season 2, Episode 14, The Last Roundup.
We're going to talk about this for 4 hours.
Get ready for 2 back-to-back Applejack episodes that I think are pretty great.
Okay, let's not talk about the Derpy thing. Well, we can't avoid it. Let's not talk about the whole story of that until later.
Until the end of this segment?
Well, I think that qualifies as fandom, doesn't it?
You know what? That is absolutely a fandom segment. You're right.
That's a fandom segment. We'll talk about the scene, but we're not going to, like, go into the whole, like, the fucking 4-week controversy that it entailed.
Yeah.
Too deeply. So, this episode was written by Amy Keating Rogers, by the way.
Surprise.
Shout out Amy. Yeah, surprise. So the episode opens with Applejack training, I guess?
Yes, for the rodeo.
For the rodeo, which is funny that they have. In Canterlot, which is, I thought was also funny. Imagine having, like, a rodeo competition in, like, New York City.
A rodeo competition in fucking medieval France.
Yeah. So we learned that Applejack competes in this rodeo annually, and she pretty much wins every single time. She got a butt ton of blue ribbons, and Apple Bloom is saying she's the best. She's gonna win all the ribbons and the trophy or some such shit.
I love my big sister.
I love my big sister, and I would be very sad if she just fucking...
I'd be very sad if she decides to abandon her family.
If she just fucking abandons her family for no fucking reason, that would suck. That would suck.
It is suck.
That would
Anyways,
suck. What are you talking
Bassis.
about? This episode might be even more famous for the fact that it was the basis for that Friendship is Witchcraft episode.
It's more famous because it made like the most popular Friendship is Witchcraft episode.
When I got to that scene, I was like, "Oh shit! It's this episode.
It's the Pinky Bard song.
It's the Pinky Bard song." Yeah, which we can't talk about.
Yeah, because there's a slur in the title and the lyrics.
There's a bad word in the. Well, you know, times have changed since then. But if you've watched Friendship is Witchcraft, you know what we're talking about. I'm sure. Anyway, so then we cut. That's the cold open essentially. We cut to Ponyville Square or Town Hall, or City
being
Hall,
wrecked by none other.
Destroyed by nameless, straight-eyed, gray pony.
And her fat bubble butt.
And her big fat bubble ass. I forgot that she has a fat ass in this, and that's where we got that from. But that's okay.
Town Hall is
so
literally. Go ahead.
Yeah. So here's the rub. In this scene, Rainbow Dash and Derpy, our good friend Derpy, who's been a mainstay in the background of all episodes since her little debut in the first episode. This is Derpy's first time being named. Rainbow Dash calls her Derpy, and she has voice lines in this episode provided by Tyler St. Germain,
who will continue to
voice the character.
Yes, who will voice the character from now
on. In this scene, Derpy. Oh, she also has her walleyes, obviously, of course.
Yes.
Derpy is characterized as stupid and clumsy, and she basically wrecks half of Town Hall. For no particular reason.
Was literally bumping into shit with her ass and knocking it over.
Shit. Yeah, she knocks a bunch of shit over and she breaks a bunch of stuff. And then Rainbow Dash is like, stop doing stuff and just sit there and don't do anything. And then she slams her huge fat ass onto the ground and breaks the ground. And then pulls Rainbow Dash down the hole with her. Which is why I literally wrote, this is where we got the idea that Derpy has a fat ass, which was a running trend in
fan art.
Fan art for a long time. Probably still is.
Yeah.
To quickly touch on this, if you were there at the time and you remember, this episode, the original version of this episode, was taken down off of syndication and off of iTunes and rebroadcast with a couple of changes to the scene. Most notably that they cut out the part where she says Derpy's name, and they also re-recorded Derpy's lines with a different style of voice acting due to a perceived, I suppose, controversy regarding the portrayal of the character as offensive, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Yep.
I watched this episode when it aired, not like as it aired, but I watched it the day it aired.
Literally in 2012, same I saw this.
Yeah, I have seen the original version of the episode with all of that intact. When I went to watch it today on Tubi, I of course was only able to see the rebroadcast version. Apparently, you still have the original version?
So I didn't download all my episodes from a quote unquote torrent, and the torrent. If I did, it seemed to have kept Derpy's voice lines and her name.
It's interesting. I'm glad that version of the episode still exists in some regard. Yeah, I watched the rebroadcast version, but I remember the original version anyway. Anyway, we'll move on that. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Back to the actual episode. The mayor wants to fuck Applejack.
So the crowd is cheering for Applejack.
They're going nuts. They love her.
The mayor is literally giving Applejack like bedroom eyes.
She's giving her crazy eyes while she's talking about her.
Saying how Applejack is literally going to bring money to save Ponyville.
That money.
Let me just get that on screen for everybody. Look at that.
They have a little press conference. There it is. She's doing all kinds of crazy stuff in her mind to Applejack.
Settle down, 50-year-old cougar.
You know what? Maybe Applejack likes some older.
Like
she does. Actually, she does.
She
Come to
does.
think of it,
Rarity's older than her.
Cherry Jubilee is older than her. There was something going on there.
Applejack
Anyway.
is a 20-year-old like butch that a bunch of older femmes want.
It's, who can say that they're wrong, honestly.
Yeah.
That's probably, I was gonna say that's probably how Granny was when she was younger, but she was pretty girly, I guess. She had those big braids.
Yeah. Granny was more femme.
Applejack is like, Granny's like, when I was your age, I was quite a stud. She's like, stop it.
Stop, Granny.
Stop telling me about this.
Okay,
Celestia herself. Stop. I mean, Celestia, stop it.
I mean, the apples have a lot of cousins, which means Granny has a lot of kids.
I'm just saying, Granny got out there.
Yeah,
that's where the pears came from. Oh no, that's the other thing. That's where the pies came from.
Yep. Cause Granny fucked like crazy.
Granny was fucking like crazy. Anyway, so the town has a big sending off for Applejack because she's going out to compete. I think this is the first episode where we see ponies stomp their hooves to simulate the idea of clapping.
Yeah,
which was it was a Gen 3 thing, which is cool to see that come back. I know that because we just saw that Minty like a couple weeks ago.
And they make a little horse stampede for clapping.
Yeah, they do a little horse stampede for clapping. Applejack gives a little speech about how she's gonna win all them awards and bring back the town some money, because I guess we have no fucking budget in this town.
It's a small town, okay? It's a small town of like 800 people.
You gotta you gotta go to Canterlot and petition the princess for some fucking funds.
Yeah,
Ms. Mayor, as Twilight calls her later.
I think Ponyville is literally kept aloft by Filthy Rich and the Apple family.
It's true, and the apples always seem to be on the precipice of losing the farm, which is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So we see Applejack off the train station. This is, I think, the first time we've seen the train since season 1, and it is now the final version of the train, which is powered by
a new model,
presumably coal of some kind or magic, maybe.
It's not pulled by horses.
Yeah, it's no longer the dipshit version from Over a Barrel that we saw last season, which was just a train car being pulled by a bunch of idiots. So she gets on the train and everyone's like, you go make us proud and win all those prizes. And the mayor's like, and bring me back that money.
I'll fuck you, Applejack, if you bring me money.
Give me that money, baby. Can you get the fuck out of here, man? Jesus Christ. So then we time skip a week. And they're preparing a welcome home party for Applejack. Pinkie Pie has a weird scene where she stretches her mouth.
She's limbering her lips for Applejack.
Actually, that's a really good bit where she when the door opens and everyone's like, surprise, and Pinkie misses the cue and she gets mad. She's like, fuck.
Notably, it's her friends and some apple cousins are there.
Yeah, and a couple of cousins there as well. Yeah, I guess maybe they were just in town or something.
It's not Applejack.
Surprise! And it's not Applejack. It's that scrawny little male pony.
It's the reoccurring male pony.
Yeah, this is like the only other guy who works at the... Are we supposed to assume that Derpy doesn't work in mail yet?
I mean, it's assumed she works in mail.
No, because we've already seen her work in mail when she dropped that shit on Twilight in Pinky Sense.
Yeah, by this point, we know she works at the post office.
So what the hell was she doing with Rainbow Dash? Who let her near the fucking town hall?
They know she'd destroy it.
It's a scam. It was a scam. Yeah, this guy, and he hands them a letter from Applejack. It says, "Hey, I'm not coming home.
I'm abandoning you all forever."
It didn't say what is Applejack's problem? It's so dramatic, right? It's just like, I'm not coming home. We'll send money soon. not like, hey, I'm I'm gonna staying in Dodge for a while. I'm totally fine. Don't come looking for me. I'm just fine. I'm gonna
Bye,
send you guys some
bye, everybody.
money. Bye, everybody. Like, she literally made it sound like she was never coming back. Right?
This is where
That's how they took it.
Yeah, this is how they took it. Like, oh, Applejack's never coming home. We'll never seeing her again.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
We'll find about her character flaw later.
Yeah, there's something fucking wrong with her. So Twilight and the rest of the girls are like, "Don't worry, Apple family. We'll go and find Applejack and bring her home because this is weird and it's insane." And they do that. And Granny Smith makes, what did she say? She made some comment about she like crying.
This bundle's lost another. This bunch has lost another apple.
Yeah, what the?
She's
dead.
Okay, to be fair, she's lost her son by this point.
Her son and his wife both died, right? Like,
yes.
I can see what he's like. Why would Applejack do this to her family?
When
Why would she do this to her
when she knows
sister?
by this point, Granny and Big Mac probably have abandonment issues.
They need her, not just like emotionally. They financially need her.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck? What happened to her? She must have gotten a concussion. That's what happened.
During the rodeo, she must have gotten hit in the head by a barrel.
She got a fucking concussion or something, man. Something happened to her head. So they go to they go to Camelot, since that's where they last knew her to be. And they pass around a sexy black and white Polaroid of Applejack.
Every single member of the main six has a candid photo of their hot butch friend.
Like hitting a little pose and giving them eyes.
She has a wheat straw in her mouth.
Wheat straw in her mouth? Like, what did she pass these out for Hearts and Who's Day? Like,
yeah.
Did she pass these out on Hearthwarming? Like, what the hell is this? Why did all of her friends have a sexy Polaroid of her?
I mean, I don't blame them.
I'm not complaining, but like, did she know they have that?
Did she take this photo for Rarity and Rarity photocopied it and handed it out to them?
Yeah, that was her fucking heartwarming gift this year to everybody, was a sexy photo. Maybe that was Rarity's gift to everybody, was a sexy photo of Applejack.
That she took of her?
She took a sexy photo of Applejack and then passed it out to all of her
Applejack's
friends.
like, hey Rarity, why does everyone else have this photo of me?
I thought they'd like it, I certainly do. Like, Twilight's like, wow, this is great. I thank you. I didn't know I wanted this. That's awesome. Like, no, yeah, I love this actually. Thank you.
Yeah.
So they go around passing around a sexy picture of Applejack, and like, have you seen the sexiest bitch in Equestria lately? No. Believe me, I'd remember if I'd seen this woman. And
eventually
then they find someone who does it.
They get pointed to the desert.
Go there.
Go in the desert.
She just started walking in the desert. What? They come to a town called Dodge Junction.
Not Appaloosa.
No, it's not Appaloosa. Could you fucking imagine? That'd be funny. Dodge Junction, which is only called that so later in the episode she can say, "I gotta get the heck out of Dodge," which is a really good payoff for that bit.
Hell exists in Pony World. Hello? Hello? Hello, V? V, what happened? Where are you?
Hello?
Hello? Are you there?
Hello? Yeah, okay, sorry. Discord didn't like that one.
Okay, hi, hon.
They're trying to silence me. Where did I stop talking?
They sent you to Pony Hell.
Wait, where did I stop talking? What was the last thing I said?
The last thing you said was Applejack had to get the heck out of Dodge, and then I said,
right.
hell exists in Pony World.
Yes, it does. And Applejack's going there after
No.
today. No, she apologized. So yeah, so they go to this town. They go to the town of Dodge, and um,
They find Applejack that she has
they
been.
find Applejack. She was pissing.
She is working for a MILF called Cherry Jubilee.
A real baddie, just a real hot baddie named Cherry Jubilee.
Yeah.
And they're like, Applejack, what the holy fuck is wrong with you?
Why did you abandon your family for a month?
Where the hell have you been? What the hell's going on? We've been looking all over the goddamn country for you. And she's like, well, I didn't ask you to come look for me.
Ain't nothing wrong. I said money.
Does this not count as lying?
It's not. Here's the thing. She's not lying this whole episode. She's just not saying the truth.
Yeah, that's how she justifies it, right? By clamping her mouth shut and refusing to tell them anything, she's sort of circumventing the idea that she's not able to lie because she's not just not telling them anything. She's not telling them lies. She's just saying, "I won't tell you what's going on. I refuse to tell you. Go home."
So the girls decide to get to the bottom of this and start working for Cherry Jubilee as well.
And they're needling her about it.
This episode
pissed off.
This episode has some of the best pinky gags I've ever seen, I think.
It's really good. Yeah, they got really good pinky gags in this one. It's an all-timer for her, honestly. I forgot some of them. I fucking lost it.
Like, as y'all see, it's the thumbnail for this fucking episode.
This episode where Pinky's just like shoveling fucking cherries into her mouth. This is a really good example of how much better the budget and animation got in season 2. They couldn't have done that in season 1, man.
They could have done this fucking bit in season 1.
No, there's no way they could have done this bit in season 1. Hey, how come all the cherries are destemmed? What happened to the stems?
So they probably have like a destemmer in the back of the facility.
Yeah, probably. So they needle Applejack about what the hell is going on with her. She refuses to talk. And it doesn't work, basically. And they're like, all right.
We gotta unleash we gotta unleash Pinky upon her.
We gotta unleash Pinky upon her. Also, in this scene, there's so they're needling her about it, right? And they try to ask her what happened, what's going on. And Rarity, in a tone of voice that's very clearly jealous, asks if you told what's going on to Cherry Jubilee.
Yeah.
Like she's like jealous of this older woman that she's spending time with. How dare you spend time with a fucking 45-year-old baddie?
Rarity sounded jealous of Cherry.
Sounded legitimately jealous. Awesome, really good voice.
She's like, Applejack, I'm older than you. I'm older than you.
Am I not old enough for you? Like, it's not. That's not what we're doing here. It's not what this is. This is not a sugar baby situation.
Is it because she has the plump body of Mrs. Cake?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Secretly, yes. And then we get that one scene from Friendship is Witchcraft.
We get to the orchard scene where they just unleash Pinkie Pie upon Applejack.
She says kumquat, but this scene went way over. This scene went triple platinum back in the day, man.
Fucking YouTube poops fucking loved using Pinkie Pie saying cum.
Oh, yeah. They shouldn't have let her do that.
They let Pinkie Pie say cum.
They should not have let her do that. Kumquat. I wrote down Pinkie Pie as a cognito hazard.
Yeah. Okay.
It's doing psychic damage.
Unfiltered Pinkie Pie, if unleashed upon the average person, can do mental damage to them.
They said, Pinkie, stop taking your meds.
They literally said, okay. Twilight said, okay, Pinkie Pie, stop taking your ADHD meds. Just go at it.
Just hit her. And they got her, and she said, all right, I'll tell you all everything.
At breakfast.
Tomorrow. At breakfast. Tomorrow. And Pinky made her Pinkie Pie promise or whatever.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. And she said, if you break your Pinky promise, you will go to hell.
I will send you to hell myself.
I will send you to hell. Your soul will be damned. And then it's the next morning.
Applejack isn't at breakfast.
Applejack is gone. She's left. She's leaving town. Pinkie Pie gets fucking pissed off.
They added a demonic distortion to her voice.
Uh-huh. It's because she's channeling the power of hell.
And we get into like a western chase scene of them chasing her down in the stagecoach.
Yeah, so she jumps on the stagecoach with a bunch of male ponies. She says, "Giddy up! I gotta get the heck out of Dodge." Again, the whole point of the episode was for her to say that line. And then they're like, "Fuck, we will never catch her." Apparently, ignoring that Rainbow Dash can break the sound barrier. And they're like, "Do you think? Don't worry, girls. There's another one over there. There's another cart over there."
Do you think Rainbow Dash fucking hates that her friends are so much slower than her?
Oh yeah, she fucking hates it. That's why she's always like doing that shit.
Like she could have caught up to them at any time.
She's too dumb. She didn't think about it, right?
Yeah.
Twilight's like, wait, we can catch up to them with that thing, and Rainbow Dash is like, good idea, Twilight. Dumbass.
All right, Rainbow Dash, pull that stagecoach for us.
Why did they make Fluttershy do it? Is she strong? Is she secretly strong?
No, not really. It's just
what the hell did she do?
I get
okay. To do a bit.
Rarity wouldn't have done it. They needed Pinkie Pie for the bit, and Twilight's a weak nerd.
And Pinkie Pie was focused on beating her to death with her bare hooves for breaking a Pinky promise.
They catch up to Applejack. Pinkie leaps onto her stagecoach, and Applejack, I didn't lie. I said I would be at breakfast. I wasn't at breakfast.
And Pinkie's like, that's not good enough. I will kill you later.
And the best joke in the episode.
The Rarity catch me.
Pinkie Pie leaps off. Pinkie Pie leaps off the stagecoach. Just Rarity catch me.
Rarity catch me. What, Pinkie? It's the fucking delivery on that was so awesome. What, Pinkie? Boom, gone. Both wiped out.
Pinkie's fat ass crushes Rarity, and they both fall off.
What, Pinkie? Rarity catch me. Why did she do that?
I am. Again, this moment, jokes like this have stuck in my head 15 years later.
Yeah, as soon as I recognized the bit, I was like, oh, fuck, this was so funny. That was the best joke, and that's maybe the best joke, like, ever so far in the show.
The best joke in Season 2 so far.
Brady, catch me. What?
Oh.
Dead. And then they're like, wait a minute. Rainbow Dash is like, wait a minute, I can fly.
I can just fly, and she tackles Applejack.
She just tackles Applejack out like after they do a stunt, and then all of her medals fall out of her bag, and she's like, "I'm so ashamed.
I'm so ashamed. I only got second place
in single event." And they're like, "Jesus Christ, Applejack, that's what you're fucking upset about? The fuck?" He's like, "Don't you guys hate me?" They're like, "No, fuck."
And it's like, Applejack thought because she didn't win first place that everyone would hate her.
Yeah, the rub is that she was ashamed of herself for failing everybody's expectations, which is obviously for her to win first place and the prize money and everything. And her pride wouldn't let her come back home a loser, in her mind, a loser. And so she decided to get a job with Cherry Jubilee
and make up enough money that compensated for the lack of prize.
Yeah, right. Now, I understand that to a certain extent. Applejack, you have a job. You have a job.
You have responsibilities and obligations.
Own a farm, man. What are you talking about? Maybe it was the off season.
Maybe it was off season, which actually kind of makes sense with the next episode. because they say
Yeah,
it was literally their off season.
Yeah, no, because it's cider season. Yeah. All right, so let's pretend it's off season to make that part a little bit easier to swallow.
Yes.
So Applejack obviously did intend to come home at some point, I guess.
Only after making enough money. Yeah.
After making enough money working for Cherry Jubilee to pay for the thing. And they're like, Applejack, the money is not really like the important part here, man. Like
you're our friend. We miss you.
We miss you, and more important than that, which nobody seems to mention, is you abandoned your family without an explanation.
Your family that relies on you.
This, if anything, I think this should have been an Apple Bloom episode.
You know, it would have been much better as an Apple Bloom episode.
I think this would have, not like the episode's bad by any means, but I think it would have been even way better if this was like an Apple Family episode. If this was like Granny Smith, Big Mac, and Apple Bloom,
like
and maybe Pinkie Pie.
This is Apple Bloom's this is Apple Bloom's first time at the rodeo, and she promised that she would win them first place.
Yeah,
and she wanted to live up to Applejack.
No, not even that. That'd be good too, actually. We should have done that later. But it's like if the whole episode is safe and Applejack goes missing, but instead of the main six going to track her down, Apple Bloom goes to track her down. Or like Apple Bloom and Big Mac or something like that. Like if this was a family affair, I think that would have made more sense. But like we're not really deep enough in the show for them to commit to that yet.
We're not at the point where the writers go, the side characters can be the protagonists of this episode yet.
Yeah, outside of very few exceptions to that rule, like so far we're not, like, even though nowadays we are more comfortable with even like this far into season 2, like we're comfortable with episodes that don't have to have every single member of the main six present, but I don't think we're quite ready yet to have an episode where essentially none of them are here, and it's not an all three Cutie Mark Crusaders are on deck episode. Because if this was a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode, then it would have sucked.
It would have sucked
because they suck.
They don't start giving side characters their own episodes until like season 4.
Yeah, like season 4 or season 5. Yeah, but so for what it's worth, Applejack learns a lesson, which is essentially the same lesson that she learned in Applejack season.
It's her flaw episode we got in season 1 again.
Yeah, okay, the way that she, like, the lesson that she reports to learn is that, what did she say exactly? Something about relying on her friends or some shit like that. Did she even write a letter in this episode?
She did. She wrote it. Again, it's just what she learned in Applebuck season, that she can rely on other people.
The rub of this should have been, well, no, that's not true. She does have a point where she says that it's easier to be proud of yourself when you win versus when you don't win.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, like, a good thing to tell kids, right? Like, I think if they focused more on that as like the wrap up, I think this would have been a better like wrap up for the episode. Mm-hmm. Because the rub is that Applejack's pride, it makes her so embarrassed that she can't face her like friends and family, because in her mind she's a loser. Like if they focus more on that, I think that would have been like a better like way to wrap it. You know? But ultimately, that's the thing that Applejack learns, is that like her pride got in the way of her common sense, to the point where she literally abandoned her family to try to fulfill something that really wasn't like her responsibility to fulfill in the first place, right? Like she offered the prize money to the town to help fix the shit that Derpy broke, but like she's not obligated to do that, or she's not obligated to win. But like she didn't win, right?
She felt like she had to win, though. She
felt like she had to win because she felt responsible for what she said that she would do, and when she didn't do it, she felt ashamed of herself. And again, her pride, couldn't let her, admit that she fucked up, which is a good episode for Applejack. It's a good, that is ultimately Applejack's fatal flaw, is that she's very prideful.
Yes.
It gets her into a lot of trouble. It's easy for her to get manipulated because of that. That literally happens in the next episode. Well, actually, Granny Smith is the one that gets prideful and manipulative.
It runs in the family.
To her, like, Fall Weather Friends is like this too. There's a couple of other times where like somebody gets her pissed off or insults her, and then she just throws logic out the fucking window when she's normally very level-headed. But if you get her going in a certain way, she'll just fucking lose it.
Yep.
This is a good episode. Not everybody agreed with us.
I
Apparently,
I thought this was a great episode.
as I mentioned before, this has a pretty high rating at 8.2 on Internet Movie Database. Sherilyn Connolly gave this episode a D.
A D?
A D, Sherilyn? Let's be serious now.
This is at least a B plus episode.
And I want to remind you, she gave Baby Cakes a B last week.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing here. She said the episode starts strong, but there's a lot of filler, and the parts never quite add up to a satisfying whole. I really can't agree with you less, Carolyn, on that regard. I thought that all the parts of the whole made a pretty good episode. I thought they stayed pretty on track for the most part, too. And I thought it was a good episode. Let's see.
What did Jen have to say about this episode?
Oh, we're gonna get to her in a second. I'm just seeing what anybody else.
Okay.
Everybody else. Blah blah blah. There's a couple other sources here that's just kind of like, yeah, this was good.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good episode. All right. In a critical analysis episode, author Jen Blue described the last roundup as, quote, simply not engaging.
What?
And criticized it for feeling like a rehash of the season 1 episode Applebug season with the same lesson about trusting your friends. That's not the worst part of this. Let's see. Where is... Blue argued that the episode contained problematic implications about friendship dynamics, that the other pony's pursuit of Applejack constituted as, quote, a claim of ownership over her and represented, quote, an attempt to control another and prevent them from being able to make their own decisions. Are you fucking kidding me, Jen? Her own decisions being recklessly abandon her family for... I mean, what, like... I feel like at some point I'm gonna have to stop reading Jen's like reviews of these episodes, because I feel like these are being made in legitimately bad faith. There's no way that this is a good faith reading of this episode where you're painting Applejack as making a reasonable adult decision to just throw her life away, even not understanding the context of why she did it, just sending a letter to her friends and family who were expecting her to come home to say, hey, I'm not coming home. You don't get to know why. Fuck you. Is not an adult, is not like a decision, like a good decision. She goes on to blab about toxic narratives that girls have to put friendship above other priorities. Blah, blah, blah. Blue questioned why Applejack's departure was treated differently from other characters' career opportunities, writing that the episode failed to provide a lesson for the other ponies about letting go, and concluded that it represented, quote, yet another case of a common toxic narrative seeping from the larger culture, apparently unintentionally, into a mediocre episode. Jen, do you even like this fucking show?
Here's the thing, Jen. She didn't do it for herself. She wasn't
making a career decision, you dipshit.
She literally did it so she could support... Okay, again, it was a bad decision. We both agree. But right. She did it because she wanted to support the town and her family.
She made that decision because she was ashamed of herself and couldn't face the fact that she fucked up. Like, she didn't make a career opportunity decision, you dipshit. She made a poorly thought out, spur of the moment decision because she was too scared to face her family and admit that she didn't do as well in the tournament as she said she was going to.
It feels like
what the fuck are you talking about?
It feels like Jen hates the show.
Yeah, do you actually like this show, Jen? Like, do you like this show at all, or are you just using this to try to bank off of what was popular and spout how fucking smart you think you sound? I have never read an opinion from this person that I felt was any degree of fucking agreeable. You are purposefully misrepresenting. How do you misrepresent an episode of My Little Pony? It's for fucking 8-year-olds. It's not difficult. There is no secret narrative here where this episode should have provided a lesson about letting go. Are you on crack? Letting go? Career opportunities? She abandoned her family. She has an 8-year-old sister who has no other parental figure other than her. and she just left her there. She with no explanation. She has an old granny. She has a family who've been traumatized by the fucking death of their parents / children. You know? Go to hell, Jen. What the fuck is wrong with... By the way, she wrote these things in 2014.
Okay, so like 2 years afterwards.
So like 2 years after the fact, which was like on the tail end of cultural relevancy for this show. Meanwhile, Sherilyn Connolly's reviews were relatively on par. She wrote hers later in 2012. Her opinions, I feel like, are more. And again, I feel like her opinions are more of somebody who actually likes the show, or at least actually watched it with like good intentions. I still don't know why she gave this episode a D, but like to each their own, I suppose. Jen Blue, you are a fraud. I don't believe that you watch this show like for enjoyment. I think that you just find it an easy target to criticize with your insane, like, Iraq War era fucking understandings of what children's media should be like. Anyway, moving on. I liked that episode.
I liked that episode. I thought it was good too.
Fuck you.
I think at the end of this season, I'm gonna compile a top 10 list, and Last Roundup might be in it.
I think it's I think it's a genuinely good episode. It's a nice character study of Applejack in a sort of outside perspective.
All right. Moving on to season 2, episode 15, the Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank you. M.A. Larson wrote this episode, to nobody's surprise. Certainly feels like an M.A. Larson episode.
It's always Larson or Amy that makes the bangers.
I mean, I would say that M.A. Larson probably banged more times than not on this show.
We discover that Ponyville, especially Rainbow Dash, has an alcohol problem.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Here's a fun fact of this episode. It was banned in most European countries.
Yes. In the UK, Ireland, and Italy, this episode was banned.
Yeah, because in America, apple cider just means
apple juice.
Apple cider. Well, it's not exactly apple juice because it's a different sort of like, but like it's a non-alcoholic drink that you traditionally drink sort of in the fall
in Europe
seasons, right? In Europe, the word cider pretty much only has an alcoholic connotation for the most part. In America, we would call it hard cider. In Europe, they just really say cider. And so just the basis version of this episode makes it sound like everybody's just drinking fucking tons of alcohol.
Here's the thing.
Even though it's clearly not the case.
No, it has foam.
Okay, but like they're not like they're you can see them make it. They're just grinding up apples.
Yeah.
Okay. Cider.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell they did that foam shit. That was fucking not on bar, man. Yeah, so they had to. This episode got pulled from most European markets. Eventually, it was redubbed, and they said apple juice.
Yes.
Instead, just a little fun fact about this episode. So everybody has an.
It's like the fall / early winter, and it's cider season.
It's cider season, baby! This is the third thing that the Apple family provides, or the second thing that's like seasonal.
Yes.
The other being Zap apples, which
Zap apples for like summertime.
Zap apples is a summer thing. Cider is sort of the winter thing when it's presumably the off season for the apple farm. Even though there's tons of apples on the tree, maybe there is no off season.
Because they're earth ponies, they can just make it grow whenever.
I mean, I guess it's off season when it's like snowing.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Anyway, we also learned that the proceeds that they get from cider is critical to them being able to operate their business.
Because it goes directly to them, not to Filthy Rich.
Yeah, because they have to split the profits of Zap Apple stuff with Filthy Rich. The cider is all them, and the apples. So, like, the apples presumably they have like marketing, like supply, like there's some business crap going on there. The cider stuff is just them. like people come directly to the apple farm to buy from them directly, so they get to keep 100% of the profit.
Yes.
Which, but they made it pretty clear that without 100% of the profits from selling cider, they would lose the farm. Even with the profits from the Zap apples and the year-round supply of apples,
Sweet Apple is always about to go under.
Sweet Apple is always about to go under, so I don't know what the hell the problem is with them, but like, because their barn blows up every 6 weeks.
Yeah, they gotta rebuild it.
This episode is essentially the John Henry story.
Yeah, it's man versus machine.
Man versus machine, yeah. It's essentially a John Henry, a very roundabout retelling of the John Henry story, which I always like, because John Henry is one of my favorite American folk tales.
My favorite American folk hero.
I think it's actually like unabashedly the best American folktale of all time. I don't know what else would be better than that.
Every other American folk hero is about colonialism. This one's about, that man.
You know what? This is old Johnny Appleseed.
I guess.
Nobody cares about that guy.
It's all about John Henry, baby.
All about John Henry, baby. Do you know what Okay, starting at the front of the episode. We start with Fluttershy.
Yeah.
Who's sleeping in her little bed.
It's like 5 a.m.
Rainbow Dash violently breaks into her house.
Fluttershy covers herself up.
Fluttershy acts like she's naked.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I like Rainbow Dash hasn't seen you naked before. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What are you doing in my?
Why are you in my house?
You could have just used the door, man. Like, I know you got a key to my house, man. You don't have to come into my door." I like that she wasn't annoyed.
That this happens.
I feel like this happened. Well, there's times where Fluttershy gets really bitchy, and I feel like this could have been one of them, but she just wasn't. She was just like, kind of like going with it. And Rainbow Dash is like, "Dude, it's fucking cider season. We gotta go, man."
Rainbow Dash, it's 5 a.m.
It's 5 in the fucking morning. What are you talking about? She's like, "Listen to me. Every year, Pinkie Pie, that fucking hoe, gets at the front of the line, and she buys all the cider because Applejack apparently doesn't believe in limiting orders. And she buys all the goddamn cider, and then I don't get any cider, and then I get really suicidal for the next couple of days."
Fluttershy, I have an alcohol problem, Fluttershy.
"I'm going to kill myself this year if I don't get cider." And she's like, "That's true." And so she's like, "And I had an idea this year that we're gonna get there like before the sun goes up, and we're gonna be first in line." And I think it's really cute that Rainbow Dash decided to bring Fluttershy along in her little quest to get there first. She didn't need to do that, but she did because she cares.
Fluttershy didn't seem to care about cider. Maybe cider isn't her thing.
It's just she doesn't seem to care all that much. But Rainbow Dash certainly does care. But which is why I think it's cute that she brought Fluttershy along with her.
Yeah.
She's like, let me get Fluttershy with her. I also like that this gave us a little bit of their history with each other before they met Twilight.
Yeah. Maybe
this is why she used to not like Pinkie Pie so much.
Oh my god, you're right. Like,
she's like, "That fucking cider stealing whore. I don't want to hang out with Pinkie Pie.
Every year before they became friends, Pinkie Pie was just the fucker that stole all the cider.
Yeah, and she still does that. No wonder she didn't like her.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. And then we get to the thing, and Pinkie Pie is already there.
And apparently, all of Ponyville is here.
So is all of Ponyville. And he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I was so excited for my copious amounts of alcohol, not alcohol, that I camped out here, and I told a couple of other people, and I guess they told a bunch of other people, and now half the town is out here, so fuck you."
Fuck.
And they're like, "Cool, that's awesome, dude." They should have just asked Pinkie if they could hang with her at the front of the line. She would have said yeah.
She absolutely... Yeah, you can totally line cut in front of me. Fuck everybody else.
Rainbow Dash would never ask. She's too prideful for that.
God.
Another problem.
We go through the line. Pinkie Pie orders like fucking 50 jugs.
What is her problem?
50 pints.
Yeah. And then they run out of cider. And then Rainbow Dash is mad.
Rainbow
I think
Dash.
Fluttershy got the last one, right? She's like, that's pretty good stuff.
Then we get to the Simpsons monorail song.
Yeah, we do. Dude, fucking also right before they do that, Applejack is like, "Oh, we ran out for today, fellas," and everybody starts complaining and yelling at her. And she's like, "I'm sorry, that's all we got." Fluttershy, who already had one, is like, "Well, I don't really mind, man. Fuck you. You don't mind because you got some cider. No one's talking to you, motherfucker."
It's funny.
She like has the cup of cider in her hand. She's like, "I don't really care. Fuck you, man."
The horse oncelers appear.
The Flim Flam brothers, Flim and Flam. Which one's which? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter because they're one character, really.
They're both twinks.
No, one of them has a mustache.
One twink, one twunk.
Yeah, we go. That's better. This is the longest song in the show. Did you know that?
Yes, this is no song in the entire run has been longer than this song.
It's 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which is a sizable amount of the entire episode of the show, is cut up by this song. It's the longest song in the television broadcast. There was one song from Equestria Girls that is longer. I don't remember which song it is, though. We'll find out later. Also, Derpy's back.
Yeah.
She doesn't say anything, obviously, but she's very front and center in a lot of the song, and it's good to see her after last week. Obviously, they weren't going to cut her out or anything because the episodes were already gold, but, like, it's good to see her. I wrote here...
keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. I've been abandoned. I wrote here, I'll just talk about the song for a few minutes, I guess. I wrote here that Ponyville is the most crowd mentality town ever, which is super true, and it keeps happening, where, like, all that Flim and Flam have to do to get basically the entire town to turn on the Apple family is just to say, hey, man, fuck these guys. And everyone's like, yeah, fuck these guys. Man, fuck you, Applejack. It's the same shit that they do in, like, what's the Ghostbusters with Trixie, where like one person in the crowd is like, man, fuck this hoe, and everybody in the crowd like, yeah, fuck you, or whatever. Maybe it's the opposite, I can't remember, but like Ponyville is such like a crowd mentality town where it's just like, yeah, if you motherfuckers, if one person starts saying some shit, motherfucking everybody will just start ganging up on whatever the target is, and they will just blow the shit out of them. It's true like the whole time in this episode. These people. So they do their little song and dance. And they essentially promise that their wacky machine can produce enough cider for all of Ponyville. And they demonstrate it, and it seems to work just fine. It even tastes pretty good, apparently. And Granny Smith is like, well, listen, fuck you, fuck your machine. The only way that you can make good cider is with care and attention and such things. And they say, well, listen here, you old fucking bat. We got a little taste tester checker machine in here that checks to see if the apples is good or not. She says, fuck. You got me there.
The thing is, Flim and Flam need the apples. They purposely came here to try and get them to sell them their apples.
Now, like, to be fair to Flim and Flam, they do come across as pretty legitimate businessmen up until a certain point. Like, other than the fact that they wanted a 75% split of the revenue, which is ridiculous, their machine does legitimately work. It does legitimately work faster than the apples are capable of doing. And
it's powered by magic.
And it's powered by magic. Like, there is a legitimate reason to go for this. Like, it's not flim-flam shit, as the name would imply. Like, they're not snake oil salesmen. They are selling a legitimate device that legitimately works.
They're just
right?
capitalists.
They just want 75% of the fucking profits because they're greedy hoes. And Applejack again is like, we cannot agree to that, or we will go out of business.
Like we would literally go out of business.
Which seems to be their intention to begin with, right?
Yes. They want FiM and FLAM want the apples to go out of business so they can steal their familiar farmland.
Yeah, and I guess if you want to extrapolate that outwards, that like they obviously would have no interest in maintaining the land. Like FiM and FLAM are not farmers, right? They're like inventors or whatever.
Maybe they were, again, they seemed interested in land. Maybe they were intending with the initial like sales of the cider to start hiring workers.
Like, hire work, yeah. Yeah, like it's hard to tell. It seems to be the implication that their intentions are not like good or whatever.
They're not.
Well, their intentions are to make money, obviously, right? Like the apples didn't try to argue the point of like the split, but again, they were pretty clear that even anything less than 100% of the profits would put them in jeopardy. Apparently.
Yep.
Although if they're making 5 times more cider, wouldn't that put them over at 100% of the profit anyway?
Later on, Twilight points out for every barrel the apples make, the machine can make 5.
Well, it was 3 to 1 initially. So the machine's making 3 to everyone. So they'd be making 3 times as much profit. Now, even then, that wouldn't be 100. That would still give them less than 100% of the profit if they were just making 1 barrel per. But like, they could have probably negotiated that to like maybe a 50-50 split or something, and then they would have gone over the amount of money they were like. That's not the point, though, right?
That is not the point. It is the fact that FiM and FLAM is 1, moving in on their turf. 2, it's not handmade. It's not. It is greatly implied in this episode that yeah, of course you can make it faster with a machine, but it's not made with love and care.
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the end of the episode, like they'd start making like twill because like they get like fucking fleeced.
Yep.
But like at the beginning of the episode when Granny has a little sippy, it seems like it tastes pretty damn good. Maybe not as good because she wasn't like straight nutting like Pinkie Pie was.
Like people were like losing their minds over how tasty the apples cider was.
That's why they were so mad that there wasn't any cider.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. We explicitly live in a capitalist society.
Granny Pie voice. The secret is cocaine.
That's right. We do put cocaine in the drink. Yes, we do. But so obviously the FiM and FLAM's intentions were to lowball the apples,
steal their.
Are they threatening them? So their plan here is they're like, we're gonna lowball you. You're gonna say no, and then we're gonna say, all right, well we'll just move in on your territory anyway, right?
And then when they push back,
can't
like
fucking sell that cider. Those are our apples. They're like, we can get apples from other sources, baby.
All right. And then, again, the intention was for them, the FiM and FLAM's entire intentions were to take the farmland.
Yeah. Their intention was to, I guess, goad them into this little business deal or something. One way or the other, intention was to take the apple farm from the apple family.
Like, all right, if you can't beat us, we get your farmland.
And they agreed to that because Granny's a sucker.
Yep.
To be fair, Apple Bloom was egging them on, too. Apple Bloom was like, we can do it in fucking 45 minutes. And Granny's like, shut up.
Shut
Stop
up.
Talking.
Shut up, Apple Bloom.
Stop fucking talking to them. Stop it. You're making this fucking worse, man. And so they call Granny Smith a chicken.
Chicken.
What did you call me?
What did you call me, Sonny?
You son of a bitch.
If Granny could curse, she would.
You'll fucking be picking your teeth up off the floor, you motherfucker. It's like, whoa, Granny. Okay. So through a series of goadings, the Apples and the FiM FLAM brothers agreed to a competition, which again is the John Henry story. Is can they make more apple cider by hoof versus by the machine, and the winner takes all in terms of the deed to the land, I guess.
The apples put the fucking deeds to their farmland.
The mayor signed off on this. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why she did that. I guess I don't know what's going on with her today.
the mayor thought, yeah, this is a good idea.
The cider got to her. She doesn't want to fuck Applejack more than she wants that cider. She's like, well, Applejack, the cider, like I gotta pick the cider, you know. So yeah, so it's to be technically right. The rub is whoever wins this competition gets exclusive rights to sell apple cider in Ponyville, and because they established that without the proceeds from apple cider, the apple farm will eventually go under. I guess they were just going to cut down the middle and say, okay, well, if you're already going to go out of business, just sell your farmland to us and get the hell out of here. So they agree to that, right? And then again, they do the John Henry thing. So they start the competition. They got 1 hour to make as much cider as they can. Again, Twilight points out at this point that they're going 3-1 on the apples. And they're like, we're fucked.
We're fucked.
We're done. We're fucked. It's over.
And then Twilight's like, can honorary family members help?
Pulling this completely out of her ass.
Yeah.
By the way. But it was cute that I mean, even if she was pulling it out of her ass, it's cute that she said that. And everybody was like, oh yeah, that's us.
Flim and Flam's like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? We're gonna win.
I don't give a shit if the whole town fucking starts helping, man. They're not gonna do nothing. So the rest of the main 6, not Spike, who is in this episode.
Spike is not considered a friend.
Well, what's he gonna do, man? He just start eating them.
Spike does fucking nothing this episode.
He has like one line in the beginning of the episode, and then he just disappears from the episode.
He's just here for Kathy Weisluck to have a voice line.
Get that fucking paycheck, yeah.
Besides
Which
Mayor
we're
Mayor.
fine with. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess we had her do a lot of Mayor Mayor lines this and last episode. He wasn't in last episode either, come to think of it.
Nope. Spike doesn't care about Applejack.
Man, whatever. Twilight probably made him stay there so somebody was watching the bookstore or the library.
It's a funny thought that this episode and the last episode makes think Spike and Applejack aren't friends.
They're not. They had nothing to talk about.
They don't.
They're rivals for Rarity's affection, if anything.
Fuck.
Spike thinks that. Applejack doesn't, right?
She's literally dating Rarity, and Spike is like, get the fuck out of here.
The only time I can think of Spike and Applejack interacting off the top of my head is in the holiday special that we watched.
Yeah, where he's trying to trade with her.
He's like, He's like, I don't have Rarity, man. Get the hell out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, Spike.
Right. So the rest of the main 6
start helping.
Pull up. They started helping, and suddenly they're making 5 times as many apples, as much cider as before.
Yeah, they're making 5 barrels to 3 barrels now.
Yeah, so they're pulling ahead, and the Flim Flam brothers are like, holy fuck, what the fuck? We gotta do something, brother.
Who cares about quality control?
And they set it to maximum suck, which just starts sucking up fucking trees out of the ground.
Yeah.
And then all the apples are like getting smushed in the process of them sucking them up, and they're like, shit, fuck, shit, fucking shit, fuck. Let's just turn off quality control, man.
Who cares about quality?
Who cares about quality? Which again, like,
it's
that like their cider was fine before they decided to do this, which kind of makes them like.
But here's the thing.
It makes them look more legitimate than I think they're supposed to be. Like, they're not they're not snake oiling. Like, their machine legitimately works and makes decent cider.
But it shows that that if it push comes to shove, they care about money than they do about anything else.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like, it's like they have no ethics. they have no regard for the customer or the product that they're making. They're just trying to make money.
Yes.
Like they don't have any. There's no passion for apples, with these guys. That's the rub, right? So ultimately, despite their best efforts, Flam and FiM win. They have the most barrels.
Which is the opposite of the John Henry story.
Which is the opposite. Well, yes, it is the opposite of the John Henry story, but they're going for a slightly different moral. Well, a completely different moral here.
Yeah.
Which is that Applejack. So Applejack says, "Well, fair's fair.
Here's our farm.
Here's the farm." And then all the crowd's kind of looking at her. They're all kind of like a little dejected, and she's like, "You guys are still here?"
Yeah, the whole town that turned on us?
You fucking traitors can go and drink that cider, you piece of shit. She didn't say that. She said, Go on,
enjoy the cider. That's clearly better than ours.
Go on, drink it. Go ahead, don't let me fucking stop you. And then they're all like, yay, cider. And they drink it.
It's terrible.
It's swill. It's got rocks in it and shit. And they're like, fuck this. This is awful. I wouldn't buy this for $1. Like, not even $1.
And then they're like, all right, well, how about a whole barrel for 1 bit?
And they're like, no. Like, we're fucked. We gotta get out of here. And then they just leave.
They just leave. And now they continue to be antagonists for the Apples family for the rest of the series.
More like the Apple family continues to antagonize them at any opportunity.
Because they hate them.
Every time that they roll up, and they're like, oh, it's you. It's you again. Can you leave us alone, man? Applejack makes it her life mission to track them down and fucking screw them out of anything that they're doing, no matter
because they're fucking
anytime.
Because they're fucking con men.
Yeah. Every time after this that they show up, their operations are a lot less legitimate.
Yeah.
Which is funny because again, the super fucking cider squeezy fucking whatever.
The dick sucker. The dick sucker 6000.
The Hoover fucking Express does work, and it did legitimately work. They just wanted to be assholes about it.
Yeah. And
good news, everybody! Because of this dumbass competition, we made more than enough cider for everybody. Yay!
As long as Pinky doesn't buy it all.
And everybody gets their cider, and Rainbow Dash finally gets her cider. And it's yay! Dear Princess Celestia, I didn't learn fucking anything, bitch.
Applejack's famous line: I didn't learn nothing.
I didn't learn anything. I was right all along.
Sure, I can say I can always rely on my friends, but y'all already know that.
But I already knew that. You didn't fucking know it last week, Applejack. I learned that lesson last week, so I didn't learn. Hello.
Wait, what if Paps? Yeah.
Whoa! Fucking Automod said no way.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't have any capital after this. What happened to that machine anyway?
They got FiM and Flam tried to get their dick sucked too hard and they exploded.
It exploded. Yeah, they were trying to get that shit's crazy style. It is funny for her to say that after last week when she had to learn the same lesson twice.
I didn't learn nothing.
I didn't learn anything. I think this is when Applejack sort of momentum shifted with a lot of people. I know that a lot of people weren't rocking with Applejack prior to this episode.
Then a lot of people are like saying Applejack best pony.
Yeah, I think this made a lot of Applejack fans this episode.
Yeah, sure.
Real ones were already fans.
Real ones are already fans, where it's like Applejack is like, yeah, if you take your time and you put care into it, the end product will always be your best.
It will always speak for itself. There is no reason to take shortcuts and do things the stupid way. Good episode.
Great episode.
I didn't learn anything.
Fast and Furious Dom voice. It's all about family, Applejack.
All about family, Applejack. And what I hope Applejack learned is that maybe next year they can enlist some more people to help them make motherfucking cider.
I genuinely do not know why the Apple family does not hire extra hands to help.
Who are they gonna hire? Derpy?
You know what?
Why
Fair.
can't they call in some cousins or some shit, man?
Because their cousins are always like doing their own farming, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. And
Yeah,
next year we'll make
to
even
maybe
more money.
maybe start like making cider earlier than intended.
Yeah, maybe don't make it day of. I guess it's probably it's better fresh, isn't it? You gotta have it fresh. You gotta have it fresh, Apple Bloom, or else it's not fucking
like
worth doing
fucking Big Mac and Applejack are awake at fucking 4 a.m. stomping those apples to make the juice.
Yeah, they basically are. Yeah. You said, well, you gotta have it. You gotta have it fresh. It's gotta be day of.
Yep.
Or it ain't worth having. It's like Zap apples, except not at all like that.
Do you think it drives Rarity crazy that Applejack goes to bed at maybe like 8 p.m. and wakes up at 4 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe she also does that though.
Yep.
Maybe she's also an early riser. You know. Staying up late is bad for your complexion, Sweetieville.
You know what? You're right. Rarity probably goes to bed the same time as Applejack, like fucking 8 p.m.
She doesn't have a nightlife.
Nope.
Unless she's in Candlelight or whatever.
Yeah, unless she's in Candlelight.
Rarity and Applejack probably have the best sleeping habits out of all of them. Like, fucking, like, Twilight doesn't sleep.
Twilight?
This is known.
Twilight,
This is actually canon.
This is actually canon. Twilight does not sleep. She stays up for fucking days on end.
All night. That's why she has an owl as a pet.
Yeah.
So that's because she wants to make sure that Spike does have good sleeping habits.
Fuck.
Fucking Pinkie Pie doesn't need sleep, I think.
Pinkie Pie eats too much sugar and then she crashes eventually.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to sleep. She's gone beyond sort of the need for that. Fluttershy probably has like...
Fluttershy has a normal sleep schedule. She goes to bed at like 9, 10 p.m.
She might have kind of a weird one if she has like nocturnal animals around.
Yeah.
That need to be cared for or something like that. Maybe she takes a lot of naps. Maybe she's one of those people who's like takes like instead of like sleeping for 8 hours, she takes like a series of 4-hour naps throughout the day or something like that.
Yep, that makes sense. Rainbow Dash also has a terrible sleep schedule because she's up playing video games all night.
Yeah, she is. Eventually, her metabolism is going to catch up with her.
Yeah, Rainbow.
So they'll beat that shit out of her in Thunderbolt
Wonderbolt.
Fucking Wonderbolt Academy.
Yeah, I mean it's canon. Rainbow Dash does sleep whenever she wants during the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she does. They'll beat that shit out of her in Academy.
God.
Don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll get there eventually. Spike probably sleeps like normal.
He's a kid. He sleeps like normal.
Yeah, he sleeps like normal. Fucking Twilight makes sure that he does, you know.
Do you think Spike needs a sun lamp when he sleeps?
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. I wish. There's a sun lamp next to his little dog bed that he sleeps in instead of a real people bed.
Yeah, he gets his own room when Twilight gets the crystal castle.
Yeah, we've seen his dog bed, right? At this
We've
point?
seen his dog bed.
Fucking awesome. I guess he's fine with it.
It's whatever.
I guess he's fine with it. He probably would complain if he wasn't, right?
All right, Spike. Here's your doggy bed.
All right, that's all I need, baby.
That's all I need.
That's all I need.
I'm a 10-year-old kid. I don't care.
He does get his own real size, like normal bed when they go to the Crystal Castle. He gets his own room.
I mean, yeah. you think he just sees it as sharing a room with his older sister?
Yeah, I don't think he minds. Like, I
Yeah.
think he really doesn't mind. It's probably what he's always slept in. It's like it's big enough for him. Like he curls up in a little ball because he's a little dog thing. He's a little dragon guy.
He's a little guy.
Little guy. Maybe he likes sleeping in something like that. Maybe it's like dragon instincts.
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe he thought it was weird when he had to sleep in like a pony bed.
He does know what to do with all that space now that he has his own room.
Like, what am I supposed to do with all this shit? Yeah. Ah, boy. Let's see. Sherilyn Connolly gave this episode an A rating, obviously,
As it should.
and called it, quote, far superior to last week's episode, because apparently she didn't like last roundup again. Called it the single greatest friendship report of the entire series when Applejack said that she hasn't learned anything. Let's see. A couple of other people said, the music. Okay, Raymond Gallant of Freaking Awesome News gave the episode a 6.5 out of 10 and called it a, quote, middle-of-the-road episode. Are you on crack or something?
Are you crazy?
What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
Criticized the episode's pacing and story strength. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man?
There's nothing... this episode was great. What are you talking about?
Jen Blues was mostly fucking decent about this episode.
Okay, rare for her.
Let's see. Analyze the Flim Flam Brothers as characters who are depicted as con men. Okay, right. Depicted as con men, but actually keep promises and tell the truth. This is the part that she's kind of insane about. Arguing from a modern capitalist perspective, which is a great way to talk about an episode of My Little Pony, that Applejack appears to be entirely in the wrong and is a terrible businesswoman. Okay.
Now we know that Jin Blue is a capitalist.
Now, to be fair though, to her, Blue identified the moment where the brothers abandoned quality control to win the contest and wrote that unlike Applejack, they are, quote, completely willing to sacrifice quality at a moment's notice, making them unable to function as community members. She argues that their villainy lies in how they value nothing of the product, only the return it can bring them, which is basically what I said, more or less. That the problem with them isn't necessarily that they're snake oil salesmen, that they value profit over the actual product they're providing. Representing capitalism's core assumption that everything has monetary value and nothing is irreplaceable. She concluded the episode's moral demonstrates that business ethics aren't ethical, and honesty alone is insufficient without compassion and caring. You know what? That's a decent...
This is her best review yet.
That's a halfway decent review of this episode. So I'll give Jim Blue that one. She didn't make an insane... She didn't make any insane statements about Applejack, except for the part where she said that she was being a terrible businesswoman, which I guess is kind of true. Except it's not, because again, they were pretty clear that if they did compromise, they would lose the farm. They didn't have any room to compromise.
Yep.
The only thing you could criticize Applejack for is the fact that they just weren't meeting the supply demand. But that's a totally different conversation.
That's a totally different. Yeah. Oh, great episode. I loved it.
It was great. It's an all-time classic.
Well, I had to take a small break earlier. Do you need a break?
Yeah, let me take a quick break and just get some more water in just a minute, and then we'll be...
Okay. Alright, chat. We'll be back in like 5 minutes.
And probably not even.
Okay, 2 minutes tops. Don't be like me, chat. I make this a mistake every single time we do this podcast, where I drink like 60 ounces of water before we record. Oh. I was thirsty. Oh, what a good batch of episodes, I think. Besides Baby Cakes, that one was fine. We buckle in for the fandom segment. We got a lot to cover. Like a lot to cover this fandom segment.
Alright, let's talk about Derpy.
Let's talk about Derpy Hooves.
Right. So
You and I You and I both saw this episode when it aired back in 2012, and we were part of the resulting shitstorm.
All right, so Derpy Hooves is a character, as we talk about her a lot here, obviously.
We both adore her. We're very, very affectionate and positive towards her.
We love Derpy here, right? Derpy is characterized again as a character who has wall eyes and is kind of stupid, in a silly sort of way. Her depiction in last roundup, including both being called Derpy and the tone of voice that they gave her, was considered by some to be offensive to certain minorities. And there was let's call it a vocal minority, which is really what it was, of people. I wouldn't say that any of them were really any bronies at the time. I think found the Derpy offensive, or like her portrayal in that episode to be offensive. I don't remember seeing anybody who was like a fan of the show saying anything about that, right?
There was like Derpy Gate going on at the time.
Derpy Gate was going on, but the initial complaint came from I believe it was concerned parents or something like that. So, or even maybe some kind of internet reviewer or something. It didn't seem like it was coming from inside the Brony fandom. That's maybe my interpretation of how I remember the events.
For about 4 weeks after the last roundup aired, concerned parents and some people online were like, Derpy is a bad representation of people with mental disabilities or on the spectrum.
Right. And so there was a change.org what do you call it, a petition,
yes,
or whatever, asking for the episode to be modified or taken down or something of that regard.
And it was
that online signature, that online petition had 136 signatures on it. In response to this, once the Brony fandom kind of caught wind of it, there was a counter petition asking for Hasbro to not edit Derpy, or at least not change her name, that had 44,000 signatures. So, again, when I call this a vocal minority, I think that's pretty accurate to say. Now, do I necessarily believe that all 44,000 of those people had a strong opinion on this? No. Probably a lot of those people were viewing this as some sort of attack on the show. This is something that we were getting used to at the time. Or just going along with what they were told to do by Equestria Daily or 4chan or whatever. But again, I think that the majority of people watching the show didn't really care about the depiction of Derpy Hooves. And yes, we did call this Derpy Gate, by the way. I don't really want to say whether or not the initial interpretation of Derpy was or was not offensive. I've heard that apparently Tabitha St. Germain did those lines with the impression that the character was male for some reason. I'm not sure why, and I don't know if that's credible. That's what she said.
We don't know.
I don't know. I'm not calling her a liar or anything like that, but that's what she said. That ultimately that doesn't matter, right? So, like I said, the episode was rebroadcast without Derpy's name in the broadcast, and they changed her voice to what would become her voice going forward, which is the voice that Tabitha St. Germain would use for the character in all of her other voiced depictions, which I love, which I think is a great voice. The problem here, one is that it generated bad press, I guess, for the Brony fandom for a while. And I think, again, I don't want to sound defensive, but a lot of people took this as an opportunity, and not people shitheads online, but a lot of news outlets and mid 2010s era online feminists. I'm using that in air quotes.
Very much attack the show for this.
yeah, I really took this as an opportunity to whale into the show and its like teenage to young adult male fan base, which didn't make us look very good at the time. And that wasn't even really our fault. That one wasn't. Yeah, those kinds of people, yeah. But like, go ahead.
Just to touch on what you said, Kaiju. Like, as somebody with brain damage and someone who's on the spectrum, I get why people would say that about Derpy, but also I adore her. I think she's great. Like, this is just my opinion, and that was this opinion I held when I was watching the show at the time.
I didn't remember having a problem with how Derpy was portrayed initially either. Again, I can see why not everybody would share that opinion. But again, I didn't see a lot of people in our spaces who were echoing that opinion. Oh, maybe they exist, maybe they didn't, I don't know. Anyway, ultimately, like I said, Derpy's voice was recorded. The lasting impact of Derpygate was that Derpy remained nameless
for years.
Still to this day?
There is
do we officially call her Derpy still?
Like in merchandise, she's called Bubbles or Ditsy Doo.
Yeah, which was her other common name. Was Ditsy Doo. But I don't know if she's ever called Derpy out loud again.
We will have to watch the 100th fan episode to find out.
Yeah, I don't think they ever called her that out loud again. And like I said, a lot of merchandise, because they still kept making merchandise of her, which is good that they didn't just like at the very least, it's good that they didn't just like disappear her.
They didn't sweep her under the rug. Yeah.
But all of her merchandise would be called Muffins or Bubbles, or just not have a name attached to it, like on the box. Or sometimes it would be called Ditsy.
And like they kept her characterization, like in the Christmas special we watched.
They kept her characterization. They kept her wall eyes. She didn't change, thankfully, very much. The only thing that changed was the voice, really. That they gave
Tabitha
her, and the fact that they
voices her more airy now.
Yeah, she gives her kind of an airier sort of voice instead of, I don't know how you would describe the original voice, which was part of the core of what some considered to be offensive. So I feel like ultimately we reached a relatively decent compromise on that front, other than the fact that it's sad that her name is in limbo now.
Yeah.
This had some backlash. I think this was probably the first big backlash against Hasbro. From the Bernie fandom. A lot of people saw this as censorship, capitulation, things like that.
The Brony fandom, again, this was the age of SOPA and Gamergate, and the Bronies are calling it Derpygate.
Yeah, there was a lot of tensions online already with these kinds of things. Again, this has nothing to do with like SOPA stuff, really. But again, like I said, the change.org petition had 100-something signatures, and about 44,000 people said this doesn't need to change. I mean, ultimately, whether or not the majority of the majority doesn't really get to decide that kind of thing. Like, Hasbro made the decision that they made. It's just that some people saw that as a betrayal of the fan base. You know, in retrospect, I think that we blew it out of proportion a little bit, but it's 2012. You know, like, whatever. Honestly, I think, frankly, the way that we behaved was way better than some of the other shit that we'll do later in life.
It was
we as in the Brony fandom,
because the Bronies, the fandom came to the defense of Derpy, which is
probably the last time that we'll ever come to the defense of this show and its programmers ever again.
I
don't know what the hell changed at a certain point, but
I mean, we know what changed. Yeah, the fandom became deeply more misogynistic and even more fascist.
Well, they all became Nazis, but this was still the early days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the controversy here. This controversy lasted for about a month. until the episode was taken down and re-upped on digital platforms with these changes made. People noted the changes. Again, people were upset about the changes, but I think ultimately everybody's decided let's just move on. Especially because Derpy again continued to be in episodes. Again, she didn't have a speaking line again until the 100th episode, I think.
Yeah, she did not speak until the 100th episode.
And then she has speaking lines in the Christmas special, but like she was clearly being cared for, right?
Like beyond just the fandom, the animators even loved her.
The animators loved her. They put her in almost every episode. I mean, hell, she's in Equestria Girls.
Yep.
She had a toy. I mean, she had lots of toys, shirts. I mean, she was clearly being cared for. We were being marketed to. I mean, Derpy really became sort of like our girl.
She became the fandom's like character.
She's like our mascot, in a certain kind of way. Her and like Vinyl a little bit later down the line. I always considered Vinyl to be the like mascot of We Love Fine. I don't know why.
Just because she got so much merch.
She got a lot of merch from those guys. I always considered her to be their guy,
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's just me because I love Vinyl so much. But like, I mean, the thing with a character like Derpy and like a character like Vinyl and all these other background characters, right, is we don't nearly need them to be in the show because they exist for us in our space, fan fictions,
fan work,
fan animations, fan works, fan art, comics, fan art, stuff like that, right? Derpy doesn't need to exist in the show. In fact, if she was in the show more, it probably would have just grated on people who already had their own established, image in their head of what Derpy is supposed to be like, right? We got two quick scenes of her, one in season 1 where she dropped that shit on Twilight, and the other in this episode where she's again shown to be a klutz, and that's really all that we needed, was just to know kind of what her profession is, kind of what she's like, and just run on her from there. I mean, she eventually became a mother in the fandom for, what was her daughter's name?
Dinky?
Dinky Doo.
Fucking right. Dinky?
Dinky Doo. Yeah, that's my girl Dinky.
Who fucked Derpy?
Me. I don't know. She's always portrayed as a single mother, I think. Like in everything that I've ever read, she's always portrayed as a single mother. Which is awesome. Good for her, I guess.
Good for her.
Or maybe not, but she's making it work. Again, Derpy is a lasting legacy of this generation of My Little Pony.
Truly, she is.
And they couldn't take that away from us, and that's what's important. But yeah, but again, I think that this controversy ultimately came and went relatively quickly because this was the golden era. Anything bad that happened was swept under the rug by the time it was over. People didn't really start getting really bitter about the show till season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4, maybe. No, season 5.
Oh, I'm looking forward to future controversies in the show.
Okay, but every other controversy in the show is just this episode was bad and we sent death threats to Amy Keating Rogers.
Yeah, it's the fandom becoming worse.
Yeah, it's just us becoming worse. This was one of our fucking proudest moments. Just because we didn't fly off the handle in this one.
Yeah.
That's Derpy Gate. It's not really as bad as it sounds.
That's Derpy Gate, everybody.
Also, she was. I have a couple of articles to that I pulled up here. She was. Her merchandise was temporarily pulled off of We Love Fine.
Really?
Supposedly, that's what I've read. I think they probably pulled it to pull references to her name. But everything returned after the Derpy Gate was over.
Mm-hmm.
I have an article here from February the 4th that says the last roundup featured on My Little Pony official site, Derpy intact.
Yay.
So Hasbro continued to embrace Derpy, which was good because I think they knew that they would have lost something there if they had if they had, like I said, swept her under the rug, pretend she never existed, or just toss her out the back. I think it wouldn't have been good for anybody, you know. Speaking of things that aren't good for everybody, January 7th, 2012 was the third iteration of BronyCon.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, 650 goddamn people attended. This one they're still very small. But
They're
this
not
one
hitting
had
huge numbers yet.
not yet. This is the third iteration of BronyCon. This is when it was still held in New York City. So it was Bro NYC, like Bro and Me Con. Special guests on this edition of BronyCon featured Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Nicole Oliver, Daniel Ingram, and the development team for My Little Pony Fighting's Magic. Sathista was also there.
What a great con
so
that must have been.
I know, right? Sathista was also there, and so was Ego Filiak, the artist behind Moonstuck.
Fucking crazy. We should do a fandom segment for Moonstuck soon.
We should find out when Moonstuck ends, and then we should read all of Moonstuck and then do an episode about Moonstuck.
Yeah, I would love to do that. The same we're doing the same way we're doing Fall Equestria, yes.
As two former Homestuck fans ourselves.
Yeah.
Even though Moonstuck is really more so like what's the one before Homestuck?
Problem Sleuth.
Yeah, it's more of Problem Sleuth than it is Homestuck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the important part. The next BronyCon will be held June the 30th, 2012, so that's a couple of months from now. Yep. Lauren Faust herself will be there. Oh, this was announced recently. Recently in 2012. Lauren Faust will be there. John Delancey will also be there. Tara Strong will be there. Nicole Oliver, Andrea Libman, Megan McCarthy, Kathleen Westlook, Amy Keating-Rogers. This fourth iteration of BronyCon will be held in New Jersey. I believe this is the last time that they will do it somewhere else other than, yes. Every BronyCon after this will be held at the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. The fourth iteration was held in New Jersey and had 4,000 people in attendance. Every single one other than every single one after this will have several thousand people. 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. The biggest one ever was the very last one in August of 2019, which had 10,215 people, which was there to celebrate the end of the show.
What a way to send off BronyCon, Jesus.
I know. The sad thing is BronyCon was supposed to, initially scheduled to run until 2025. But they decided to cut it. They decided to cut it when they found out the show was ending. It's probably for the best. Honestly, it is for the best that it ended in 2019. Because some crazy stuff happened in 2020.
Yeah.
Summer of 2020, we would not have been able to hold BronyCon. So, So maybe it's a good thing that wrapped up when it did. I'm sad I never got to go. It's one of my biggest regrets in life, genuinely, is that I never got to go to BronyCon.
I have a few modern My Little Pony news, but we can definitely get through the stuff.
Yeah, I forgot we're supposed to be doing the modern stuff too.
Yeah. Besides BronyCon, is there more articles you want to talk about?
Let's see. I've got a couple of things that I pulled up here. Couple of Facebook comments from Daniel Ingram. The Piggy Dance song, which we totally skipped over in
because it was nothing.
Because it was nothing, was a reused song from season 1.
It was cut from season 1.
It was cut from season 1. According to Daniel Ingram, it was originally written for the season 1 finale, but was cut last minute due to time restrictions. So if I'm having to imagine, that would be when Pinky did the fucking
Pony
chicken
Pokey
dance of the Pony Pokey. I guess she was supposed to follow that up with the Piggy Dance, maybe?
Real funny way to save budget. Just use a cut song from a previous season.
Hey, whatever works, baby. Whatever works, baby. Let's see. On what day is this? January 11th, 2012, Equestria Daily hit 100 million views.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
Um,
January 15th, 2012, there was a episode of Teens React, if you remember that crappy show.
I saw that.
Teens React to My Little Pony. I didn't watch this because I don't want to do that. But that happened. Oh, God, is this still active? No. Okay, there was a official poll from Hasbro. The question was, which My Little Pony character would you like to travel with? But the link is dead, so we'll never know who won that poll. But they took a screenshot of it while it was still in progress. Pinkie Pie was in the lead. I wouldn't travel with that psycho.
Interesting.
It for me, it would have to be Applejack, probably. What are we saying travel? Like, what do we mean travel here?
Like a car trip?
Are we going on a vacation, or like, what do we like? Okay, travel. Let's say you're going to the train to a quest to Celestia Land. What's the fucking capital called?
Canterlot?
Thank you. Jesus, I couldn't think of it. Canterlot. You're gonna train at Canterlot. Let's say it takes like 5 hours to get there or something. Who are you sitting with?
Who you sitting with?
Feel free to answer this, guys. Who are you sitting with? It could be any of the main six or... No, I know Twilight. You're so right. Like, she's doing crazy stuff on it. Maybe I'd hang with... You know what? Maybe I'd hang with Spike.
I feel like Fluttershy would be the best one to like travel with because she'd be quiet. She would make polite conversation.
She would probably pass out on the train, just like as soon as the train starts moving, it's dead.
I do feel like Fluttershy can like fall asleep instantly as soon as she starts traveling.
Rarity? I don't know about that. Essentially, I'm asking, like, the question is, who would you want to be trapped in a box with for several hours, but not like in a private sort of way?
In a manner that you go from one point to another.
In a manner, you're trapped in a box with this person, but you can't like fuck them because you're like on a train, right? So it's like you're in a public sort of location. Like, who would you want to be trapped in a box with? You can't leave, right? You can't go anywhere else. You're trapped there, but you're not really alone with them either. So like, what are we doing?
Pabs is right. Rainbow Dash should be the worst.
There is a wrong answer, and it is Rainbow Dash. Yeah. Yeah. What if Fluttershy is like gets anxious?
Yeah, I mean, she gets anxious everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Applejack will probably start telling you about weird stuff that her granny tells her about. She's hanging out with Big Mac for 6 hours. Yep. Playing cards with Big Mac on the bus, on the train. That'd be fucking awesome, actually.
That'd be fun as hell, actually.
Dude, when does the show start telling us that Spike and Big Mac hang out?
Around season 5 or 6.
That's so funny.
Big Mac is Big Mac just always wanted a little brother.
They're hanging. Yeah, they're chilling. They're big chilling. It's just him and... Isn't there someone else in that episode? It's them in Discord. Isn't there someone else?
No, it's just Discord, Big Mac, and Spike.
It's just them? I thought it was like a third person there as well. Like, who else would it be?
The fandom at the time thought it would be Shining Armor, actually.
Dude, I fucking wish. I wish that fucking dickhead was in more episodes. I love that idiot.
I would fucking love to see Shining Armor just hang out with Spike, because that's his little brother.
That's his little brother. That's his big himbo dumbass motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's too busy fucking doing whatever his wife tells him.
Real funny that Spike and Applejack aren't super close, but he hangs out with her brother all the time.
Yeah, you know what? That's just how it is sometimes, you know? Applejack is Twilight's friend, and he's Big Mac's friend.
Maybe because
like how it is.
Because Big Mac feels estranged from the rest of his family. You know, transcoding. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Oh boy, we get to that episode.
Yep.
Oh, what season is that? 5?
5.
Oh boy. We're gonna see. There's gonna be a real vibe shift in season 5 when we get there.
Again,
We're in the, like
fi-
that's when the golden era ends.
5 is after the golden era.
Season 4, episode 26 is the last episode of the golden era.
Yep.
And then depending on who you ask, season 3 is the end of the golden era. Actually.
Yeah.
But that's not my opinion. Okay, here's something from Lauren herself. January the 7th, 2012, a canceled Big Mac episode.
I saw this.
I didn't actually read this. We had a Big Mac centered episode idea where he was helping all 3 of his
family members.
Going about his day and trying to keep the peace. The running gag being that his family members are quite verbose and he speaks only with facial expressions. Blah blah blah.
It would have been mainly a not like a
non-verbal episode,
a gag-focused episode.
I don't think that would have gone over super well. I don't think I think that would have been an interesting idea. If it was just like a little, I'm fine with this not having made the cut because we get good Big Mac episodes later, kind of. Shit, we're getting one this season. Not necessarily a good one, but we're getting one.
It's next time we watch.
Fuck shit. Oh boy. That episode's fucking funny, actually. Just a little a little glimpse at Big Mac. But I think that, again, I don't think that bit episodes would have gone over super well with the Brony crowd back then, so I think that it was fine for that episode.
And this is coming from Lauren as a professional cartoonist. She herself would have loved just a gag only physical silent episode.
Yeah, she would have loved that, and I'm sure it would have been appreciated by those who enjoy things like that. But I think I'm not even I'm just speaking strictly from the Brony perspective. I think that the Brony fandom would not have gone over with that episode.
They would. They
would have liked.
Yeah.
If we didn't like baby cakes, I don't think they're gonna like fucking, Big Mac's fucking shindig.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they did that in the comics. Come to think of it,
a lot.
There was an issue of the comic that was just Big Mac non-verbally doing a bunch of stuff, and that was a really good issue.
It was
actually, I remember reading that issue. It was really nice.
A lot of stuff that isn't used in the show, or vice versa, is used in the comics.
But this is not a retrospective for the comics, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do an episode in the comics later on, who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we run out of stuff. Let's see. January 7th, 2012. This is a big one. Pre-registration for the first ever Everfree Northwest.
Fuck yeah!
Wow, that's the number 2 right there, man.
Everfree
BronyCon's the number 1.
Yeah.
Everfree's the number 2. Isn't Everfree still around?
Maybe?
Hold on. Oh my god, it is. What in the fuck?
Everfree outlasted fucking BronyCon.
Everfree is still going? What do you guys do out there?
August 21st to 23rd, 2026 in Bellevue, Washington.
That's almost my birthday.
Wow.
I'm not going to Bellevue, Washington, though. How much are
tickets?
How much are tickets for this bad boy?
Let's see. Tickets are... All right, kids.
$45 for a 3-day? And that's for teens, sorry.
70 for
bucks
3D.
For a 3-day. Hey, that's still kind of cheap.
That's pretty good for a convention, honestly.
Dude, fucking fighting game tournaments are $100+ these days.
And again, that's for the whole weekend.
Yeah, it's a 3-day for $70. I mean, I'll take that any day.
Fuck.
I'll fucking take that shit. It looks like people are still dropping big money on these.
Yep.
Because I'm looking at the specialty, the high tier stuff. There's a $5,000 tier that has sold out. So at least one person has spent $5,000 to go to Everfree Northwest in 2026. And there's also the $2,500 one is also sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good lord. So, you know what? That makes me happy. I'm glad that there are still freakazoids who are out there who are dropping huge, like, what are you, a surgeon? Amounts of money on My Little Pony.
If you go to the About and click on mascots, the con has OCs.
What?
It's really cute. The
About
con has OCs.
front page. Oh, hey, I know some of these. I've seen some of these before.
Yeah.
It's front page. I know front page.
Novella, Sharp Focus, Mocha Surprise, and Marina.
So these are, I suppose these are the staff members, maybe?
These are probably the staff members.
They have, like, Twitter accounts, so I assume that these are either staff members or, like... These could be VTubers now.
Honestly, all these people could be VTubers.
This is like... Oof. We should have a VTuber / My Little Pony convention.
That'd be so cute, actually.
Oh boy, this is great. You know what? That makes me happy that Everfree Northwest is. Oh, hey, they have a Wikipedia page. Let me see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Their attendance. So their attendance have always been way smaller than BronyCon.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But they're still popular.
Let's see. The first ever one was in August of 2012, which is this year. About 1,500 people showed up. It was, but we had Tara Strong, Andrea Limit, Tabitha St. Germain, Nicole Oliver, Kathleen Westlook, Michelle Kreber, Kazumi Evans, Daniel Ingram. We had a lot of names on these bad boys. John Delancey showed up in 2015. Just Emmy Larson, you know. So let's see. Last year, Tabitha St. Germain, Emmy Larson, Andrea Limit, Nicole Oliver. People still showing up at these things. About 2,000 people showed up last year. That's great.
I mean,
that's great. I mean, hey, that's 4 digits, man. That's great.
I imagine with the news that the new show is coming this year, people will be attending fucking Northwest to see what's up, maybe.
Maybe. They should drop it. They should drop the news there, baby.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, Everfree Northwest has a more family-friendly reputation as opposed to BrodyCon, which I get that.
I get that.
Wait a minute. Was Everfree Northwest the one that had that big controversy last year?
With
the... Was that them? I don't want to speak on that because I don't know if it was them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Fucking Odyssey and a bunch of other people pulled out because they screwed over... Like...
I know it was with one of the bigger My Little Pony conventions. I could not tell you if it was Everfree.
See if I can find this out. Yeah, I'm not going too deep into this because I don't want to, like, slander unduly Everfree Northwest if I don't have to. Anyway, moving on. Messenger bags. I think we talked about these last time. The We Love Fine messenger bags are actually on sale now. So they started being sold. There was a Forbes article about My Little Pony, Skyrim, and SOPA.
Yeah.
That's a hell of an article. There was a bunch of people making chimichangas after that episode, which I'm sure were all very great.
I mean, that's the thing. If you put cherries and fry them in bread, it's gonna be tasty.
It's gonna be pretty good, I think. Here's these super cringe belts. The seatbelt. Do you remember the seatbelt belts people used to not wear? Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually buy one of these.
I've never seen any. I remember that trend from 2012. I've never seen anyone wear it.
Yeah, there's one that has Rainbow Dash on it. It says 20% cooler, which is
wow.
like the lamest fucking thing I could possibly motherfucking imagine. And last story I have, there was a charity project Bronies for Good put on called Smile, which ended its run at $26,000 of
Wow.
charitable donations for Children's Cancer Association.
Well, hell yeah.
Oh no, wait, is that something else?
I
No,
got
yes, that
you.
is right. Children's Cancer Association, Bernie's raised $26,000. Oh, bye, Kaji. Thanks for stopping by for that event, which is very nice. Again, I missed the golden age when we did good things
Yeah. Yeah.
and not just made ourselves all look fucking bad. Right. So what's going on in real life at Equestria Daily? What's going on in the world of Equestria these days?
So, two
Ooh,
things I have two things that happened while we were on hiatus. One,
Okay.
the official My Little Pony trading card game got their pre-orders up.
Motherfucker.
They're coming in March, but the pre-orders ship in February.
Awesome.
So I'll probably be getting them early, and I will talk on them later next month.
Later next month. My Little Pony cards.
What
else you got?
Apparently, this is from. So I was following this news as it was happening. It was happening on the subreddit. Someone claimed that Lauren Faust was teaching at their college.
What?
It was multiple Reddit threads, but the account and the threads have been deleted.
Oh.
So maybe they were lying, or for their own protection they deleted the posts. I can give you the threads, but again, the account and the stuff they talk about have been deleted.
Why? What does one have to gain about lying about Lauren Faust in 2026?
Like I'm looking through the
Lauren
comments.
Faust is my professor. Like she's teaching full time.
Like when I read
not as a guest lecturer, but like she was like teaching full time.
All I can say is that she was a guest lecturer because I read it when the post was up.
I see. Yeah, I mean that certainly can be true. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily
It's weird. Again, this
sorry.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that necessarily. She is a veteran of the animation industry, for sure. And I'm sure she has lots of great things to teach you. I don't know why you would lie about that, but I also don't know why you would post that and then delete it.
The thing is, people lie on the internet all the time, so this could just be entirely fake.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could. What are you lying about that for? It's 2026. What do you want me to do? What do you want me? What do you want from me, man?
What do you want from me? Apart from that, I got nothing else that happened in modern horse fandom.
Well, we have Chrysalis, the official.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you. I entirely forgot about that.
I've got it right here. The official reformed Chrysalis, which is spoilers, I guess, but who cares?
It's for the fucking gotcha town builder.
What the hell are the rest of these designs?
Chrysalis, her reformed form was added to the gotcha.
These all look. Chrysalis looks fine. The rest of these look fucking weird.
That's because the town builder gotcha just does a lot of weird designs. So this is the designs for everyone else is what if everyone else in My Little Pony was a changeling? And some of these designs just suck.
They all pretty much suck. Chrysalis looks great because they just kind of edited her normal model. What does she have, wings? She has, two different pairs of wings.
Yeah, I mean, that's how bugs work. They have the inner...
She's got, the inner thing, yeah.
They have the protective shell and then the actual wings that fold out.
There is a bunch of stuff in China with My Little Pony on it, because as we know, the Chinese love My Little Pony so much.
Yes.
For the Year of the Horse, because it's Year of the Horse in the Chinese calendar, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of stuff with really cute art on it. That I'm sure I would love to have.
I would love
I'm
to have
sure.
these, but they're probably expensive to get shipped to the US.
I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even think. Well, I don't even think like they're available for that kind of stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think you would get them like that. That's pretty much it in the world of these days. Um, not a lot going on, obviously.
Well, there was one more thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
An episode, I forgot which episode it was, I can't find it, got reanimated.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. It was Magical Mystery Cure, I believe.
Yes, Magical Mystery Cure got reanimated. Which we're not there yet, so we can't really touch on it.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, I suppose. That's we've seen a couple of projects like that over the years, huh?
Mm-hmm.
With like reanimations, those take a long time and a lot of effort. So they're always pretty cool.
They're always
Hopefully
labors of love for the fandom.
nobody gets to stick up their ass about it like that original episode that was produced and then completely cut off the internet.
Yep. The double rainbow episode.
Yeah, the double rainbow episode, which we'll talk about someday.
I'm sure you can find it like on like archives.
No, you could definitely re-uploads of it. That's not the point, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, the point was that was not one person's piece of art, so that one person just unilaterally deciding, I don't want this to be in my name anymore, was a dick.
Yep.
For doing that.
Yep.
Next time.
Next week we got.
Well, not week necessarily, but next episode we'll have Read It and Weep, which is a pretty good Rainbow Dash episode, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe the first good Rainbow Dash episode, actually. Horsin Hooves Day, which is
not good.
It's got a good song in it.
And then A Friend Indeed, arguably Pinkie Pie's worst episode.
Arguably Pinkie Pie's it doesn't matter though, because this has Smile Song in it, man.
It has Pinkie Pie's best song, and it's in her worst episode.
This people made this. People cried about this song, dude. This song ended people's depression.
Smile, I have a friend like Smile is fondly regarded as their favorite song, and it's just a good song.
I think a lot of people would say that it's their favorite song. It's just very excellent. The rest of the episode sucks, kind of, but Smile is so good that nobody even thinks about the rest of the motherfucking episode.
Smile is so good that it overrides the worst lesson Pinkie has ever learned,
which is
we'll talk about
it. Pinkie gets a lot of bad episodes. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, Pinkie.
You make up for it for being by being funny in other episodes.
What do we have? Oh, I'm just looking ahead for the next 3 after that.
Yes.
Putting Your Hoof Down.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It's About Time. This is the best episode.
Oh boy, another Spike episode.
No. It's About It's About Time is the Twilight one.
Yes.
It's the time travel, and then Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Whoa, fuck. Let's see. What do we have after that? Is Hurricane Fluttershy. Hey, that episode was pretty decent.
It's decent. Ponyville Confidential.
Ponyville Confidential, which is I don't even remember. I can't even slander this episode because I don't even remember it. And Mystery of the Friendship Express, which is great.
A good Pinkie episode.
Which is an excellent episode. And then it's Candlelight Wedding.
Fuck, I'm so excited. I'm actually very excited for the rest of this season.
So we have 4 more episodes left. 4 more podcasts left for the rest of season 2.
And then we'll get to Fall of Equestria.
Boy. I'm not anywhere close enough to be ready for that yet.
Well, that's okay. You got time. Again, just listen to the audio podcast.
I have been. Yeah.
Yay.
I need to listen to more of it. I chose to listen to the version that has voice acting in it.
Yay.
Are we halfway through this? 1, 2, 3. No, this is our 5th episode this season.
Yes.
So technically, we're a little over halfway.
We are a little over halfway through season 2.
Yeah. Awesome. Excellent.
Any
I think
closing comments?
I think that's the banger. These were interesting episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, the rest of the season is going to be overall mostly decent.
Better than well, yeah.
Better than the back half of season 1, I think.
You doing
Maybe.
it?
I don't know. It's like back half of season 1 good. No, I don't have my schedule up yet.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing this week. Danganronpa.
Yeah, tune in to Virtual Human V Ranger on Twitch to watch her play Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
Oh, all right.
All right. I guess that's it.
Bye, Riponi.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you guys soon.
Later.